Broken Hollows, the Spirit's Gateway. We pick up where we left off. The camera is following Bill and Eric down the sidewalk. They are a ways away from the river, but not quite into town yet.
What? No, that's never going to happen, Bill.
It could happen. You never know.
No, you're never going to write a book. Bill, have you ever read a book all the way through?
Well, I'm sure I did before I remember, but then I discovered audiobooks.
Okay, that's better than not reading at all. But seriously, Bill, you have a long way to go.
Oh yeah? Give me a year. I'll write a book and I'll prove you wrong.
A year. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, whatever.
So, what do you think is going to happen?
You're asking me, Eric? I didn't even believe in all these legends like 4 hours ago. Wait, what time is it right now?
Probably around 10:30.
Yeah, close enough. Anyways, what do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. I mean, I want to believe in Mr. Pumpkin and the Conjurer, but we don't really have a good plan. I mean, maybe they know what they're doing. I'm not sure. And of course, Spot can't help us anymore.
Yeah, so we have to go into town. And do what?
I don't know. I guess we just get as many people as we can, see who believe in us. I mean, a lot of people in this town are superstitious, at least the people in our school. We could probably get a decent amount of them, even if we can't get anyone else.
Do you ever just wonder how many stars there are?
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, I zoned out a bit.
But I thought when you were zoned out, you don't talk.
Sometimes not. I really didn't hear anything out of our plan, but I figured I'd follow you and I'd be okay.
Why were you zoning out?
I don't know, this guy just looks really pretty tonight.
You think? Looks ominous to me. Like something's coming.
Well, we already know something is coming, so no surprise there. Whoa, what's that?
Bill points to the ground and goes and picks up something out of the grass.
A toe scratcher, let's go! I'm keeping this.
What the heck is wrong with you? That's disturbing, Bill.
To each their own.
No, but actually, that's gross.
It still has a tag on it, relax.
No, I don't really want to relax.
Whatever. Here, now you can't see it. It's in my coat pocket, alright?
No.
Anyways, have you?
Have I what?
Wondered how many stars there are.
Not really. I mean, sometimes. But then I remember the universe is infinitely growing. And there's most likely a new star born frequently.
Huh, okay. Didn't know that.
Did you want to?
Does it matter? I do now. No thanks to you.
Haha. Yeah. Why do you find being smart so weird?
I don't. I think it's awesome. Just the more I know, the less I question, and I don't want to stop questioning.
You know that's not how it works, right? There are infinite things in this world to know about.
Maybe.
Something in your mind? You alright?
Eric, can I tell you something?
Sure. What's up?
Well, it's complicated. You have to promise never to tell anyone.
Okay, I promise.
Like, swear on our 10 years of friendship, you will never tell anyone.
Okay, I pinky promise.
Okay, well, in the forest, when I saw Gabby after we ran from those corrupted spirits, I realized something.
Yeah?
Well, 8 years ago, when my mother died, I kept trying to find out what it meant. I was so heartbroken. As an 8-year-old, I was pretty scary, not knowing why something happened. The last words she ever said to me was, "I love you. I'll see you soon. Be brave." And then next time I saw her was her funeral. I thought that maybe if I could just figure out what it meant, then I could start living by that meaning, you know? I'd have a way to live my life so I could always have a part of her with me. It wasn't until I saw Gabby today. It was like I was seeing my mother for the first time, who she really was.
So, this is why I don't get along with Gabby? Because she reminds you of your mother?
No, of course not. I love Gabby to the moon and back, even though I would never say that to her face. It's just, I thought if I could find the meaning in things, I could live a better life and not have to constantly be thinking why. It gave me something to think about, kept me from going where I couldn't return. And I knew I could never go there in the first place, because if I did, then I would be abandoning Gabby and my dad. And I couldn't do that to them. It wasn't until I saw Gabby that way today, and I realize maybe there isn't a why. Gabby grew up to be so brave, just like her, but she was never there to show Gabby how.
Does that mean your dad was meaning? Just like that?
What? No, of course not. I still want to find the meaning behind things. I want to live my life by the lessons that can be taught. I don't know. I guess that maybe while I could never forget it, maybe I could just ignore it. Maybe what she wanted was for me to be brave, and I got to be honest. I haven't been too brave. I know it's been years, but there are still days where I think about it. Coming home with my baby sister after leaving my mom behind. It felt so awful on that day. Kids would tell me what their parents do, like where they work and stuff. I never answered. I always stayed quiet because it was just too painful for me to tell them.
Well, that's okay. It's hard to lose someone you love. That's normal. Not everything is always going to have some meaning behind it. You just have to take what you can, and you move on. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but you have to. For them. It's normal.
Really, Eric? Because I don't feel normal. I mean, I walk through my day trying to solve what all of this means. I'm constantly thinking about it because I can't stop myself. And if there are moments where I manage to not think about it, where I manage to keep my mind silent, I feel the same way. I did all those years ago, leaving the hospital because it's been so darn long and I still haven't figured out how to live my life for her. I know she wanted me to be happy, but as an 8-year-old, I just didn't know how that was possible because there was always some expectation put on me. What I'm trying to say is today has been crazy chaotic. And I don't know. I just think that if there is no meaning behind it, then why did it happen? However, at the same time, I can't help but think about Gabby and what she did. I could have lost her at that moment tonight. And yet, she was still just the same little girl she's always been, yet as brave as my mother. I don't know, it's probably crazy.
No, it's okay. Maybe there isn't a reason. Maybe that's why it happened. For you to realize that there is no meaning.
Maybe. But if I don't find the meaning, I feel like I'm letting her down. I feel like if I don't figure it out, then she died in vain.
Well, maybe you don't have to figure it out. Maybe she died to teach you how to be brave.
That doesn't really make any sense.
Oh, what? You're still holding that?
What?
That's the most disgusting thing I've seen in my entire life. What does it mean?
Yeah, alright, I get it. Come on, let's go gather some people.
Bill tosses the toe scratcher to the ground, and Bill and Eric run into the neighborhood they have now reached the edges of. The camera moves inside the forest to Gabby, Mr. Pumpkin, and the Conjurer.
And so, I know I'm changing the subject a little bit, but that room in your house. You had a daughter?
I did, about 6 years ago.
What happened to her?
It's complicated. Nothing for you to worry about, Gabby.
Complicated? Don't worry, I'll understand.
It's okay, Gabby. We'll tell you later. We don't have to get into this right now.
What about your mother?
How do you know about that?
Same way I knew your name was Gabby. So, what happened to her?
It's complicated. Nothing for you to worry about.
Okay, my daughter's name was Millie. I adopted her when she was 1 year old, and raised her till she was 7.
My mother's name was Ellie. She gave birth to me when I was, 8 years ago.
One day I was experimenting with a certain spell, and I just lost control of it. I did it wrong, or something. I'm not sure what happened. Millie was in the room with me. The spell accidentally killed her.
My mother died directly after I was born. I know I'm not responsible, but some days I can't help to think I am. That's why I have to prove myself to Bill. I want him to be proud of me, like she would be.
Looks like we're all kind of in the same position, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess so. Do you ever feel responsible?
Of course I do. All the time, every day. It was my spell. I lost control of it.
Well, you know it wasn't your fault, right?
Well, if it wasn't, then whose was it?
It was just bad luck. I mean, we can blame ourselves. If you blame yourself for Millie's death, then I have to blame myself for my mother's. No, if I blame myself, you have to blame yourself. It's not right.
It really is amazing. Of the mind of a child, we can teach them that what we know. But it's the stuff they teach us that truly matters.
Millie used to tell me that all the time, that she wanted to be an astronaut when she grew up. She told me she wanted to know what else was out there, and fly amongst the stars.
Well, what do you think she's doing now?
I don't know. What do you think your mother is doing?
I don't know. Can I ride on your back, Conjurer? I twisted my ankle and it really hurts.
Sure, we don't want injuries on our quest to save the Earth.
Nope, no injuries.
That would definitely be terrible.
Mr. Pumpkin, the Conjurer, and Gabby all laugh. The Conjurer picks up Gabby and they continue walking deeper into the forest.
Wait, what about you, Mr. Pumpkin? How did you die? How do you know the Conjurer?
Well, me and the Conjurer were very good friends when I was living. We're technically second cousins, but we have always just the best of friends.
We didn't meet until we were 15, in reality. But we always sort of knew about each other.
The Conjurer was kicked out of our family by my great uncle because of the whole magic thing. He didn't really approve of it. Conjurer then moved away to a house we just saw and continued to study magic.
I never really liked my family anyways. I had no siblings and my parents were never that great. My cousins were nice, and like I said, I never met my second cousin until I was 15.
I visit Conjurer a lot because I was interested in the magic. I never really learned much because I wasn't that into it, but it was fun to pick up bits and pieces.
What about how you died?
I'm getting to that part. So when Conjurer adopted Millie, I went over every now and then, again to make sure everything was alright and tried to help out in any way I could because we never really talked with the rest of our family much. And just being close friends, we always saw each other whenever possible. When Millie died, we sort of stopped talking for a little bit. I'm not sure what happened.
Me either.
But I woke up a few months later dead. It wasn't until I reached the land of the dead that I found out I had cancer.
Oh.
I passed away in my sleep. It was painless and peaceful. I wanted to become a guardian angel so I could protect people and maybe save someone just like Millie. Because of my slight knowledge in magic, it was fairly simple for me to become a guardian. Well, I saw simple. It wasn't really simple at all, but I still made it somehow.
I guess I'll pick up the story from there. After Mr. Pumpkin died, I continued to study magic. I immersed myself in studying it because doing anything else was too painful. I lost two of the most important things to me in this world. Years went by and I learned how to get over Mr. Pumpkin's death. But I never quite got over Millie's.
Wow, but what were your names? Why do you not want to be called by them anymore?
Funny. Eric asked me almost the exact same question you were asking.
Well, I mean, Eric has been Bill's friend since before I was born. I practically grew up with him as my brother as well.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. My name is Milo. It's way too close to Millie. I started going by Conjurer just before Mr. Pumpkin died.
I guess it was just the fate that brought us to you guys.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I've known you for not even a day. I'm already telling you stuff I've never told any of my friends. Or some things I didn't know myself till I said them out loud.
Yeah, me too. I think it's just because we know it's coming. We definitely trust each other, or else the world might be in mortal danger.
Oh, please don't remind me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gabby. I didn't mean to. It will be okay, I promise.
That's a pretty big promise, Milo.
Just because she knows my name doesn't mean you can use it. Please don't.
Sorry, it just slipped out.
What happens if Bill and Eric can't get any people?
They'll be able to.
Yeah, you guys are going to be okay. Remember what town you live in.
No one will ever have a hard time believing this around here. At least most people. Has the town always been this way?
It has for as long as I can remember.
Since it was founded, I think. And it was because of the old legends about the false balls in the gateway.
Oh, Conjure, if you don't want to carry me, it's okay. I can try walking.
No, it's okay. I don't mind.
Good, because I was actually saying that to be nice. My ankle still really hurts.
Here, I'll make a tiny splint that should at least prevent you from blending it too much so you can put pressure on it.
Mr. Pumpkin attaches the split to Gabby's ankle. It feels better, however, Gabby is still very tense. The conjurer realizes this.
So, Gabby, what do you like to do for fun? What are your interests?
Well, I've looked up at Bill and Eric my whole life. I've always wanted Bill to be proud of me. So, of course, I like a lot of the stuff they want to do, like skydiving, bungee jumping. Even though I probably wouldn't be allowed to go with them, but I'm a really fast runner. I think I could maybe be in the Olympics.
Wow, those are some pretty big dreams. But you are pretty fast. I think you might be able to do that.
You really think so?
I know so.
Getting Gabby to talk about her interests seemed to calm her down. Gabby relaxes. The conjurer learned all sorts of calming tricks when Millie was growing up. They come out of the trees. They have reached the graveyard. They walk a little ways, Mr. Pumpkin leading them to the spot he came through the gateway about 4 hours ago. Shortly after Mr. Pumpkin, Gabby, and the conjurer reached the graveyard, Bill and Eric came in, followed by a group of what looked to be about 15 to 20 kids around their age.
Bill, Eric.
Gabby runs over and hugs both of them.
No adults?
None.
Alright. Kids have better hearts anyway. Okay, here's what I need everyone to do. Grab as many sticks as you can. I'm going to start a fire.
A fire? How is that gonna help us?
In the festival called Samhain, people would start fires, huge ones, and wear costumes to protect themselves from ghosts. Ghosts and spirits, however, should have the same properties when it comes to crossing gateways.
So we're delaying the spirits?
Exactly. We have to be able to keep them in their world until the sun rises.
There are not enough guardian angels to stop them from crossing the gateway. Samrain is too persuasive. He would have corrupted all of them by now.
Wait, once spirits have been corrupted, how do we uncorrupt them?
Well, they don't know our plans, so we should be able to hold them from getting into this world. Once we've done that, I will go back to the spiritual world, and with the help from Saint Hollow and all the others, guardian angels, we should be able to kill Samrain. We're usually against killing people, but others than sucking the corruption from all of them, killing Samrain is the only way to remove the corruption.
How do you kill someone if they're already dead?
Well, not kill in the sense that we basically throw him out of our world and he is forced to live without form, like he is planning on doing to everyone.
You have physical form in the spiritual world?
That's complicated. You have to remember it's a completely different world than yours. Also, I'm really not allowed to be saying even this much. I can't really tell you, seeing as it is not important to saving your world.
Okay, so start a fire?
Everyone can grab as many jugs as you can hold. We only have less than an hour before the gateway will be weak enough.
Everyone nods their heads and goes off to collect sticks.
So besides the bonfire, what else are we going to do?
Well, you came here through just the power of Gabby, Bill, and Eric. I figured we could reverse the power they generate to close the gateway instead of weaken it.
So the kids generate the power, we reverse it?
Yeah, as long as they no longer believe in cooties, we should be okay.
Yeah, nice plan.
Thanks.
Aren't they all in danger?
They're in just about as much danger as anyone else in this town. Spirits do break down the gateway. There's too many of them by what you've told me. They break down the gateway, it's game over.
What about the guardians? We should be able to stop them.
No, I think there is so much more at work here that we don't know about. I just don't know what.
I'm going to go help collect sticks.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah,
it's good to see you again, Mark.
Mr. Pumpkin nods, unable to smile. Conjurer nods back and goes back to planning. About 15 minutes later, they have a huge pile.
Okay, everyone, nice work. There's nothing much we can do now. When midnight hits, I need you all to hold hands and focus on the other world. Me and Mr. Pumpkin, who has come from the spiritual realm, will reverse your energy and use it to close the gateway instead of weaken it.
There was a mixture of wows and cool coming from the kids.
as cool as it is sounds, you are all in danger. We must not fail tonight. If we do, humanity will be destroyed.
We won't even make it to 2020. I was so looking forward to that year.
2 more months. If you start running now, maybe the spirits won't get to you in time.
Once in our world, there will be too many of them. They will be able to access any place. If we let them through, they'll have everyone's soul sucked in minutes.
Never mind.
Now that you all know the plan, there's nothing left to do but wait. So, prepare yourselves. The power you will be generating will be mentally and physically taxing, but you all must not break your connection. Got it? Earlier this evening, I told Eric humans have powers. You all have powers. I cannot tell you because you must find them for yourselves. Prepare. You have about 10 minutes.
Everyone splits up into small groups of 4 or 5. Bill, Eric, and Gabby all walk over to the bushes Mr. Pumpkin came out of and sit down.
I hate this. Waiting for a battle to happen, knowing there's no escape?
Yeah, it's like the Lord of the Rings where Gandalf and Pippin are standing on the balcony of Gondor looking over the Minas Morgul, knowing that armies are marching toward them at this very moment, probably bringing their deaths to them, but there's nothing they can do.
Is it sad for once? I understand your nerd speaking.
That is one of the things we like about him.
True, as annoying as your nerd speaking sometimes is.
Let's just imagine for a second we don't get out of this.
Eric, we're gonna be fine.
I know, but let's say we won't. What happens then?
We live as spirits, make the most out of it, I guess.
I told the conjurer about Mom.
Did you?
I told Mr. Pumpkin when he asked me.
Did you tell him about your past too?
No.
You should have. I think he would have agreed with me.
What happened?
Nothing for you to worry about, Gabby.
What about the conjurer's daughter? That room we were in?
Millie was her name.
Conjurer adopted her about 13 years ago. She died when she was 7.
How do you both know this?
Mr. Pumpkin told me before I told him what happened to your mom.
I asked in the verse. Mr. Pumpkin also told me he's the conjurer's second cousin. His great uncle kicked the conjurer out because of magic. They only met each other when they were 15, but they were best friends ever since. Mr. Pumpkin died a few months after Millie from cancer.
Wow. What was his name? Why did he ask us to call him Mr. Pumpkin?
I remember asking, but I don't think he ever answered.
Gabby, can I just say you're really smart for your age?
You really think so?
I mean, yeah, you understand a lot more than 8-year-olds do. You're also really well spoken.
Well, that's because I had an amazing big brother.
Aw, no.
So, Eric, thank you for being my brother.
Oof.
I'm joking. Thank you both.
Isn't it amazing how people we would have never met, we shared our lives with, and now we have to trust our lives with?
I don't think so. It's because we know what's coming. We have to learn to trust each other, or else the world might be in mortal danger.
Where'd you get that from?
The Conjurer.
What was the conjurer's name?
Milo.
Why do you both know this?
Mr. Pumpkin told me at the river.
Conjurer told me in the verse.
Oh, that makes sense. All the situations where we share live stories I haven't been in on.
I got to talk to you heading to town.
You already know my life story.
You're right.
I wonder if we're fighting a losing battle.
What do you mean?
What if this is how the world ends? What if there's no point in fighting because it's going to happen anyways?
Gabby, I did not break promises. I will look out for you. It's going to be okay.
You guys are the two best brothers I've ever asked for.
And you are the sappiest person I've ever met. Besides, maybe Eric.
Yeah, alright.
Hey guys, you alright?
Yeah.
Well, strictly speaking, I think we're all a little tense. But right now, we're all okay.
What Eric said.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I haven't felt this nervous since I adopted Millie.
I don't think I remember ever being this nervous.
Wait, how old were you when you adopted Millie?
16. That seems crazy. It was just a random chain of events that led me to do it.
That's not crazy.
What's more crazy is what people will think of us because we're friends with you when you're 13 years older than us.
Doesn't matter what people think. We know the truth. We were brainwashed by the purple teddy bear to think that we were friends.
No, we were forced into a life or death situation together. Age doesn't matter, well, to an extent.
Exactly. People can think whatever they want.
What were you guys talking about?
We were telling Bill about Millie and Mr. Pumpkin.
Basically explaining everything you guys told us.
Yeah, but we never actually got to learn. What is Mr. Pumpkin's actual name?
Well, he was named after my dad, his mom's cousin. After my side of the family practically abandoned me when I was 16, he felt really guilty, carrying the name of my dad. He thought I would be mad if he kept the name of people who threw me out. He needs to realize I could never be mad at him for something he can't control.
What if it was something he could control?
What do you mean?
Just theoretically speaking, what if he did something really bad in the past and he knows it's wrong now? Would you forgive him?
I think that if anyone did anything wrong in their past, as long as they forgive themselves, I would forgive them. Because forgiving yourself is the hardest step.
Right.
Told you.
Shut up.
What?
Nothing.
Oh no.
What?
1 minute.
Everyone stands hand in hand, making a U around the bonfire. Gabby, Eric, and Bill are on the very end, with their backs to the bushes they were just sitting by. The Conjurer and Mr. Pumpkin stand on the other side of the huge fire, barely visible over the flames, staff in hand. All of the kids know what to do, thinking about the gateway, as hard as possible, so the Conjurer and Pumpkin can harness their energy. Perfectly normal.
10 seconds, everyone start!
Everyone can feel their power being conducted by the Conjurer. Every inch in their body is telling them to let go, break the connection. But none of them do. They continue holding hands. The small group of about 21 kids feels like 100. They can hear the church bells in the background. It's midnight. All other sounds are drowned out. Hands can be seen coming from the ground around them, but no bodies raise. It's working. The pain inside their bodies doubles, and they hold onto each other tighter. They must not break the connection. Eric opens his eyes. He sees Lucy and Matt from gym class, Jane, Luke, and George from biology, Kelly, Fred, Danny, and Juan from music. He knows everyone here. However, he never thought they would all be here together. Bill opens his eyes too. He notices the same thing. He looks at Eric. Every nerve in their body is telling them to stop, let go, but they don't. They have friends here. They aren't alone anymore. The Conjurer and Mr. Pumpkin appear to be struggling to hold them off. The kids' powers are enough to hold them off, but they are stronger than the Conjurer and Mr. Pumpkin assumed. They are struggling to reverse the power. Hands turn into arms, then a pair of hands. The spirits are still coming.
Gabby? Bill?
Gabby doesn't recognize the voice calling out to them, but Bill does. The spirits. The gateway. To them, it sounds like her, but they don't understand who it actually is.
Mom?
What?
There's a rustling from the bushes behind them. The same bushes Spot and Mr. Pumpkin came from. A beautiful woman comes out of them, brown hair wearing yellow flowery dress. Gabby and Bill break off the connection. Eric opens his eyes and turns to see why.
I've waited so long to finally come home.
Bill and Gabby stand perfectly still, in shock.
What are you doing? Why are you helping the bad people?
Bad people? No, they're our friends.
Friends who you haven't even known for a whole day. Come home. Sam Rain only wants to help you.
Mom?
You see, he only wants to stop all the cruelty of the world.
It's a trick, guys. Don't listen to her. It's a trick.
Bill, Gabby, what are you doing? The spirits are still coming.
Bill and Gabby can't hear them. They're still staring, disbelieving. It sounds like her. It looks like her. Bill and Gabby run up to her, all cares aside, and they hug her.
Kids! I've waited 8 years to come and find you. Now Sam Rain has given me the chance to. He only wants the suffering to stop. No humans, no death. You must help us. I want you to come home.
But you died. You died 8 years ago. I watched them bury you.
Well, I'm here now. What you're doing, it's hurting the spirits who only want to make everything better.
Bill, snap out of it.
You see, if the spirits come into your world and suck your souls, you won't have to suffer anymore. You won't have to wonder. You can be with me. Forever. You don't have to worry.
I killed you.
Well, you can make up for it by stopping this. Let the spirits come through. Sam Rain only wants to help.
The Conjurer and Eric, while still not breaking the connection, are watching what is happening. The spirits almost have their heads through the ground. Once they do, it's game over. The Conjurer can see right through the disguise, the voice. The Conjurer realizes why they are more powerful. The spirits know their plan. That's what the spirits intended to do from the beginning. Ever since Mr. Pumpkin and Spot came into their living world, their plan was put into action. His plan. Spot's plan.
Gabby, Bill, move away. It's a trick. It's not your mom.
Don't listen to Conjurer. Let me suck out your soul. Undo what has been done. Let's live together again.
Gabby backs away, unsure, but Bill keeps moving.
Milo, what are you doing?
Bill, no.
The spirit starts to suck Bill's soul, but the Conjurer runs forward and knocks Bill out of the way. Mr. Pumpkin and the kids are having a hard time keeping the spirits out without the Conjurer, Bill, and Gabby there to help them. The spirits decide to take Conjurer instead. It looks painful. Bill and Gabby come back to their senses. They can tell they were tricked. They rush over to help Eric and everyone else. At the sight of seeing the Conjurer in pain, with the help from all the power of the kids who were watching the events unfold, Mr. Pumpkin uses all of his energy left to knock all the spirits back onto the ground. The spirits are not moving. Mr. Pumpkin drops to the floor as the Conjurer stands up. Alright.
Conjurer, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Thanks, Conjurer. You saved my life.
You saved both of us.
Glad I could help.
Guys?
The spirit that had assumed the form of Gabby and Bill's mother floated out of her body in a floating ball of white light. It floats up into the air in front of everyone. They're too weak to fight back. This spirit immobilizes everyone in their place.
Finally, I thought this day would never come.
Wait, Spot?
Yeah, I know, Talking Cat, real original, but I needed some way to figure out your plan.
What?
What? Oh, you actually thought I was there to help you? Yeah, not a chance. See, after I figured out we were dealing with ancient Greek magic and not really a plan, it was easy. I had to use my spirits as a distraction and a weakness so I could come through. Those mindless freaks were a distraction. I knew that in order to get everyone through, I was going to need to do the first part myself. It was easy once I figured out about the dead mother. I knew I could weaken your forces. What I wasn't expecting was the sheer stupidity out of everyone.
I should have known you were never from the Guardian realm.
Well, yes, there's example 1. Thank you.
Hey, if you're going to kill us, read the evil monologue, please.
Oh, but that's the whole point. I was never planning on killing you. You and my corrupted minions are going to rule the earth. See, by sucking your souls here, you will be first to live without physical form. We will then have control over everything, and all this guardian angel stuff will be over. You see, I was planning this for 10 months. You fooled everyone. You really think I'm going to just kill you? No, that would be way too easy, and not painful enough for you. I must wait until I have drained all your power, which I am doing right now. Then, I will release my minions and we shall suck everyone's souls. I knew those guardian angels were spying on me. I knew they had figured out what I planned to do, so I wanted to figure out how they planned to stop me. But that's the thing. No one can stop me. Humans do not have the power. Magic is not the same league. It was all too easy.
But why?
Does there need to be a why? No, but there is. I used to rule the world. I was able to create monsters, demons, whatever I pleased. Then the Guardians came and took it all away from me. For millions of years I've been plotting my revenge. I was going to show those Guardians that I couldn't be controlled. That I am the Lord of Darkness.
You're never going to be able to take us.
What did you just say to me?
I said you're never going to be able to take us. Even if you do, it won't matter. We'll still always have each other. In physical form or not.
You think you will have each other? You will have nothing.
Eric, back down. It's not worth it.
I think you underestimate the power of humans. I think you're too scared to let us rule the earth.
Scared? Boy, I invented scared. Are you challenging me?
You know what? Yeah, I am.
Fine.
Sam Rain lifts Eric up into the air and sucks his soul out of his body.
Kid!
Eric!
There's nothing Mr. Pumpkin or Conjurer can do. The Conjurer is too weak, and Mr. Pumpkin is fading away. His powers are leaving him. A yellow ball of light floats from Eric as his body disappears. The yellow ball of light collides with the white ball of light that Sam Rain was, and creates a marble effect. The spirits have gotten up and are coming towards everyone. Fast.
Everyone, grab hold!
Bill picked up the Conjurer's staff, and all 20 take hold. There's a blue light coming from the end of it. The spirits are stopped in their place. The Conjurer realizes what Bill is trying to do and grabs on. The blue light is getting brighter and brighter. It then starts to shine in each of the spirits. The corruption is leaving them. The feeling is even worse than before, but still, no one lets go. Some of them amazed by their own power, others in too much pain to think about anything.
It's working!
Focus, Gabby.
The corruption leaves each of the spirits, and they float back under the ground. The curse was lifted. Everyone dropped to the ground in a small circle. Sam Rain hadn't done anything. All that was left was the ball of light and the voices.
You're really stupid, huh? Just like Voldemort.
You tricked me.
You should have realized I never intended on breaking my promise. And now your minions are dead.
Foolish kid, do you realize what you have done?
Yeah, I do. But you will never, ever hurt my friends again.
Says the person who hurt them yourself. I like you, Eric. I think you should join me.
No way. That's in my past. Tonight I'll learn to move on. You should too.
You think you can defeat me? The Lord of Darkness? You're a human. You cannot deny my powers.
I can't. You're right. But you underestimated human powers.
Humans don't have powers. You have energy. You have no idea what I'm capable of. A win in battle is not a victory in word.
There's your number one mistake. Humans do have powers. Powers you're not capable of thinking of. Bravery, kindness, pain, things that make us stronger. I saw it in all my friends tonight.
Friends? You call those humans your friends? The friends who didn't even like you?
I let all of that go tonight, and you should let go of your past too. You can't be a Lord of Darkness because with all darkness there is a light.
I'm more powerful than the... Wait, what are you doing?
Destroying the darkness.
What? No, can't do this to me.
Sorry, but I have friends to protect.
Fools, you are fools. I will return.
The ball of light fades away, and everything goes quiet.
Bye, Mark. Bye, Eric.
Mr. Pumpkin has faded away too, and everyone who was frozen on the ground is now unfrozen. The kids hug each other and know that they have won. Gabby, Bill, and Milo sit off to the side.
I don't get it. What happened?
Where's Eric? Why didn't he come down from that ball of light?
Gabby, Eric is gone.
What?
You mean gone as in gone?
He had a soul sucked. He can't come back. He left with Mr. Pumpkin.
No. This can't. There has to. No! There has to be something we can do.
He defeated Sam Rain. He should come back, right?
I'm so sorry, guys, but he's gone.
Eric, you idiot. Why? Why, Eric?
He saved the world, but what does it matter?
If I was more powerful, I might have been able to stop this. We might have never let Sam Rain come through.
Eric, why?
Promise he would look out for me. That's what he was doing. He was looking out for us. Conjure?
After everything that's happened tonight, you can call me Milo.
Milo, are we gonna lose you too?
No. I will always be right here with you guys, no matter what happens.
That's what Eric said too. Wait, what are we gonna tell Eric's parents?
They never looked out for him. Knowing them, they probably won't even care too much.
With parents like that, how was Eric as sweet as he was?
I don't know, but I really miss him. I don't want to believe it.
Me either.
Yeah, he was the only one ever there for me.
I just met you all tonight. I can't imagine how long you must have known him for. But I'm glad I did meet you. You guys changed my life, and I'm sure Eric changed yours.
You don't even know how much.
A time will come when we lose control of our emotions, but for tonight, we still have each other. Let's make the most of tonight. We can think about it more later.
So, we just don't think about it? Just act like it didn't happen? That's my best friend! That I'm never gonna see again.
No, numbing the pain will only make it worse when you feel it. But let's go with everyone else and celebrate. I mean, he did save the world, whether he knows it or not.
I'm sure he does. He's always had a way of knowing everything.
Then let's make the most of tonight, because in the little time I knew him, I can tell he wouldn't want you guys to be upset. Instead of being sad today, and celebrate his life. For Eric.
Okay, no matter how hard it will be, I won't be sad tonight. For Eric.
Yeah. To 10 years of never-ending fun. Thanks, Eric. It's been exactly 1 year since Sam Rain tried to take over the world. We visit Milo every day now. We lost our mother and my best friend. Milo lost Millie and Mark, but we still have each other. I told Eric I would sometimes stay up all night, asking myself why I sometimes still do. I let myself slip into that dark place, but it wasn't until I let myself in that I realized it's my time in there. That gives me the strength I need to pull myself back out. I see it in Gabby too, but when that happens, the cat is there for her. Oh yeah, we got a cat. Gabby kept begging and begging, but not a black one, thank God. It's orange. We decided to name it Eric. Not a day goes by where I don't think about him, what he did for us, for the world. He gave his own life to protect everyone. And he did it without hesitation. I realize sometimes it's okay for things not to have a deeper meaning. It's okay not to know why. Because if there's one thing Eric made me see, it is sometimes the best lessons can't be taught. They have to be learned. There are times when I can forget it and live my life how I'm sure my mom and Eric would have wanted me to. And other times, I kept reliving everything that happened in just those 9 hours since we left school together. I miss him so much. I can't put it into words. I just want my best friend back. He was there for me at times no one else was. I wish he could see me now. know that I finally understand and that I'm okay. I used to hope he was okay too. But when people are gone from our world, they don't just disappear. They're alive in us, in the memories we hold of them. Next Saturday, we're going bungee jumping. We plan to take pictures and send them up into the skies on balloons, like we did when we went skydiving. Last July, with permission from my dad, Milo took me and Gabby skydiving. Before we jumped, looking into the clouds, even just for a moment, I stopped hoping. I knew that he was okay. I knew that Mark, Millie, Mom, and Eric, wherever they are, they were all okay. And that day, holding on to Gabby and Milo, jumping out of that airplane, I knew maybe I could be okay too.